Um, right now we're reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Yes, dear.
And then I'm also reading the audiobook of The Body Keeps the Score.
What?
So it's called The Body Keeps the Score.
Okay.
It's about how trauma shows up in physical manifestations in our body.
Mhm.
And I had an incident this week where my son's dad was basically saying that he needed to go to the dentist. And of course, we both know that he kind of been needed to go to the dentist, but
Yeah.
one of us have taken him for the same exact reason. Because I'm over here like, oh, I get it, right? And I had to take a step back because I was really gonna take the bait of him just having my son call me crying, him telling me all this stuff like how I'm a bad mom and everything like that. And it's just like, dude, it's very easy to point fingers and place blame. And I literally had to meditate on it, take a nap. Literally, I went and took a nap, and I got back to him and I was like, just take him to the dentist. Just take him to the dentist. Let me know how much I gotta pay. I literally had to do the same thing for one of the other kids. Like, just take him to the dentist. And I had no problems with him after that. He even had to get his last word in, and I got to sit back and be like, look at this last word, 1.5 person. But at the end of the day, like, everything was cool because I made the right choice.
Keyword.
So,
Talk about that today. Keyword choice. Keyword.
and
Word of today.
I also wanted to ask you if we could talk about too, something that's been coming up for me lately is fasting.
Okay.
Fasting. So, and I know that it's a good thing because it helps you to go within. So I don't know. I just wanted to see what your thoughts on it. Maybe get some insight from you in regards
Okay.
to that.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn the camera back off because I'm gonna finish stuff in my face.
Okay. All
So
right.
yes, giving Caribbean vibes. I just want to say with her head wrap. So
Wonderful. Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Vanessa, you can let me know when you have those three up, and then I'll tell you. We'll start off probably start off with the Genesis one, but well, let me know when you're ready. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy Saturday. It's good to see everyone. I trust.
Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Good morning.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. I trust everyone had a good week and all that good stuff. That is wonderful. Wonderful. All right. So we're getting off firing. Okay. All right. So let's say, um, let's say someone says, I am, I am 20. So let's say someone says, I am 20. What does this mean? What is actually being said here? What does this mean?
I've celebrated 20 years, or I've experienced 20 years.
Okay. Okay.
my experience is 20 years old.
Okay. Same thing. Pretty much same thing. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm remixing what Sparkle Bailey said.
Yes. Okay. Anyone else? What does that mean?
I keep hearing I'm a kid.
Okay. You're a kid. Okay. And 20, we are still at 20. Yes. All right. All right. So let's put it in math. Let's put it in mathematical terms. What is the constant and what is the variable?
I am is the constant.
So this is the constant, right? 20 is the variable,
Right.
right?
Oh, we can't see that very well.
It's really more for me than for you, so you just be quiet. Thank you.
Whatever. I'm just saying we got some new guests
You know,
today. So
when I write, really is more for me than you guys.
yeah,
You
it
know,
is, y'all. So let's disclaimer, Coach Lucky's board is for him.
yeah, it's really
Because we can't see. Just change your marker, puppy.
yeah. All right. So I am is constant, right? 20 is the variable. So to your point, what's missing here is that is. I am is 20. To all of your earlier points, right? It's saying I am awareness is aware of being 20. So I am is the constant, 20 is the variable. So that means 20 could be anything, 13, 19, whatever else it is. So out of in this whole statement, who are you?
I am.
Am. Am is who you are. 20 represents what you are in the moment or what you're referring to, whether it's past, present, future, whatever, but it is what you're either having, being, or doing. Right? So 20, the having, being, or doing is reliant upon the actual being. Being meaning like I'm being like I may be in a state of boredom, right? That's what I mean by being over here, right? But being, constant being, is I am. I am is constant being. That is what you are, period. Anything after is, because when they're saying I am, they're in Hebrew, there's no tenses. They don't use tenses. The tenses are inferred or implied in the statement. So I am is 20. To your earlier point, I am is aware of being 20, is aware of having an experience, whether it's having, being, or doing something. So in this case, it's saying 20. So it's aware of having $20 or being 20 years old or doing something for 20 years, right? But without the I am, the 20 does not exist, right? The variable does not exist without the constant. So I am, your awareness is the constant. Your awareness is, if your awareness is the constant, what else is your awareness? If it's the constant, what else is it?
The always?
The what?
The always?
Always, yeah, constant, but we'll say it anyway. Always. What else?
Like you can depend on it not to change. It can't change.
Okay, is
I feel
okay.
like we're saying the same thing in just different ways. We're just saying
Yeah,
the same thing.
all of it, all of it is important. No, because each one of these words are important because they all mean the same thing to all of us, but each word means something. Each word means the same thing to each one of us differently. We're getting back to the same point, but you got to choose the right word for you that gets you back to that point, right? It all means the same thing, but each word means that thing to each of us differently. So we got to get back to the same point. Constant, always, dependable. These are important words. You have to understand these things. I'm going to say it this way. If you want to get off in life, if you want to have good success, meaning success without substituting, sacrificing, efforting, struggling, all the things that people tell you you have to do. If you want to know how to do that easy, because when you get good at anything, it gets easier, right? So if you're still struggling, you're not good at it. And none of us on here are probably 20. So a lot of the struggles that we're going through is not effort based. We're trying. It's not because we're not good people. It's because we're not understanding something. There's something that we have to get a better understanding of. So these words are important because they are reinforcing, they all represent a certain understanding. It's constant. It's always, it's dependable. Do you say that about your money?
Hmm.
Do you say that about your health? Do you say that about your relationships? Do you say that about your business? Do you say that about your income? Do you say that about your clients? Do you say that about whatever it is you're involved in? Do you use these same words? It's rhetorical. You know how you ask you ask your children, where have you been? And you already know, right? But you just want to see what they're going to say. Yeah, this is what I do every week.
Yeah, you do.
It's rhetorical every week, right? Because I want you to see what you say. I want you to hear you. These words that you all threw out so freely, and so you just seem so empowered. You know, it seems so strong. It seems like some kind of march. It's wonderful. But then how come these words are not applied to our business, to our health, to our money, to our clients, to our income, to our sales, to our relationships, to our health, to our happiness, to our peace, to our joy? Why not? Right? Constant, always, dependable. What else is I am?
Now or present.
Now. So you don't mean 2 to 5 years.
Let me mute myself.
You don't mean 2 to 5 years then. That's what you're saying?
Exactly.
Oh, because if you have a business, it takes 2 to 5 years to make money. So is it that or is it now? Which one is it? It's Latoya's word. Latoya, what was your word? What's the word of the day?
I have a word.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. I think I talked over her. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Ashley.
Yet. I was gonna say.
What's your word?
Consistency. That would be my word.
Consistency?
I'm
Okay.
consistent.
Okay. All right. Consistent.
And then Toya.
Choice.
Ooh, okay. I forgot she said that.
Choice. Consistent. Okay. So you're saying I am. Everything that you listed under I am are what?
Variables.
No, everything you listed under them. Would you? It
Oh,
can't be a variable if it's constant.
A state.
Okay, but it's
Choice.
a choice. Yes, they are a choice. We make choices, right? We make choices based on our awareness of our awareness. Makes choices. Most of us think we are this. Most of us think we're the variable. Most of us think we're 13. But how could we be 13 and then a year later we're 14? So then do we die? What happens? See, when you base your awareness on a variable, you're already in trouble. It may feel good for that year, but when you think that's who you are at your core, instead of realizing I'm just having something, I'm just being something, I'm just doing something, all these are temporary. If this side is a constant, this side has to be the opposite.
Yeah, that's the one that changes.
That's the one that changes. So if it changes, it is what?
The variable?
Yeah. In other words, what else? Temporary.
Yeah.
Temporary. It's only for a certain amount of time. It's either always or for some time. It can't be both. What else is over here? There's one you're missing. And Marlon actually said it to me, and I didn't. He said it to me this week. He sent me something that made me think of this word. But anybody else? There's one. We could put a lot over here, but there's one word we're missing. If choice, where does it come from? Who does choice come from?
What was that, Marlon?
Oh, I just said present.
Present. Okay, now dependable, always, constant. Present. Okay. Only.
Oh.
When you say I am, who are you talking about?
Me.
Right? Are you talking about anybody else?
No.
You're only speaking about yourself, right?
Right.
So only is under here as well. So then who is making the choices?
I am.
I am. In the book that most of us come from, let's just say, I am is referred to as who?
God.
God. When Moses asked what God's name was, did God say God?
Oh, he said, I am sent you.
Said I am. that is my name unto all generations. God said, my name is I am. You say your name is I am. You said the attributes of awareness, the attributes of I am is present, constant, always, dependable, now, consistent only. I am is the only one making a choice. You are the only one making choices. And your choices are leading you to a thing called a life or a lifestyle, a way of being consistently. You're making a choice on whether you are constant, whether you're, let's say today, we're going to put it in different things. Let's say you have a business. Who made the choice to have a business?
I am.
I'm sorry?
I am. I did.
Right? I am. I did. When you say I did, when you say I, right, you're referring to yourself. Am, awareness of being, right? I, me, as myself, as my awareness of being, I made a choice to have a business. Everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then, what other, if you made a choice to have a business, then what other choices do you make in regards to your business?
How it goes.
Okay. How it goes.
How much money is earned?
Okay. Money. Right. Amount.
Employees?
Income. What else?
The type of business.
The type. What else?
Like what we offer.
Okay.
Your customers.
Goods. Right. Whatever. Okay. What else?
Latoya said
Employee-
customers.
Employees?
Customers. What do you mean by customers?
By who you are is by who and what you attract.
Essentially, so you determine how your customers treat you. You determine what type of customers you have and how they treat you. You determine how this goes. I am, when does I am lose its choice?
Never.
Never.
Never. So then lose your choice.
Never.
What?
Never.
Do you remember that when you have a business?
Sometimes I don't.
So and guess what? guess what you have now? When you don't remember, then what happens?
You act
You
like a
lose
variable.
focus, you get down.
You get so here's what happens on the don't remember side. Struggle,
Anxiety.
sacrifice, substitutions, effort. You start now it's like a teenager learning to drive a car. Everybody can say they mean well, but nobody's really volunteering to get in to somebody on their first day behind the wheel. Anybody for that? If you didn't love them enough, you wouldn't be anywhere near there, much less inside of there with them. You're taking life into your own hands, so to speak, right? That is what they're doing in the moment. They're trying to figure it out because they don't have the awareness. They don't have that experience yet. They are increasing their awareness through this experience. But when you lose your awareness, when you forget who you really are, this is what happens. And so all of these are locations. They're all states inside of a country called what?
I am.
Called what?
Your life.
Nope.
I am.
Nope.
Oh, snap.
Guess where this is?
Confusion, wondering. It's in your mind.
Okay. Yeah. But where are you in your mind? You're in America. Where?
You're in a darkness or confusion.
Okay. What do they call it?
Depression, anxiety, names they call them.
Okay. Those are
Chaos.
those are all where? True. All those are cities. All those are states inside of a country. What country?
Oh.
What
The
country?
country of your mind, your awareness of
Your
being.
consciousness.
No. This is called hell.
Oh,
Oh.
Over here, when you're making choices and things are going, when you're over here and you're present, you're constant, you're always, when you have a business And all of these things that you put, how it goes, your income, the type, the goods and services, your customers treating you a certain way, your
You're in
situation.
heaven.
If all of those things, that's what?
Heaven.
Heaven. And what did you say? It's in your mind. Why do you think the book says all the heavens and all the hells, all the gods and all the devils are within you? You are where you are because of your choices. That's not guilt, blame, or shame. That's not saying that, oh, you're a bad person. That's not what that is. It's this choice. Another word for choice, or the best word for choice, is power. You have the ability to choose. What does the book say? Choose you this day, right? Who you serve. I set before you life or death. You get to make a choice. You get to be over here or over there. Who put you there? Who put you here? Who keeps you there? Who keeps you here? You said, I am as always. So how does your business go up and go down? I am is dependable. If your business goes up and go down, then what? How do you depend on somebody if you call them every day? One day they answer, one day they don't. Is that dependable? Consistent. Is that consistent? Man, they got quiet. Hello? Is it consistent?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Are they when you call and they don't answer, are they present?
Nope.
Nope.
So if you have a business, then what should your business, if you know who you are, what should your business be like?
Overflowing in abundance.
It should be everything you said over that all the things that you listed as attributes of your awareness. When you know who you are, you're present, you're constant, always, dependable, now, consistent, only. There's only you that's deciding how this goes. That is called choice. It's only you. There is no other. It's only you. It's only you. It's only I am. It's only your awareness. What are you aware of? Let's say like a contractor, someone who builds homes, or like a plumber. What do they have? They have a bag. What do they call that bag generally?
A tool bag.
A tool bag. Okay. If your awareness, you have a tool bag. What is that called? You guys use the word all the time. People swear they're talking about this word all the time. They swear they're teaching you about this word all the time. What is it?
Intuition.
Nope.
Accountability.
Nope. What did I say? It's a tool bag. Do you have one tool bag?
You.
You have one in the bag?
Emotion.
Nope. That is a tool. But we say tool bag, which means you have more than one tool in the bag, right?
Oh, jack of all trades.
Nope.
Your body.
This is your awareness. Your awareness has a tool bag. What is it called?
I am.
Your
No.
skill sets.
Nope.
Thoughts.
Nope.
Consciousness.
Nope.
It's a setup. It's a setup.
Oh. And it's okay.
Obviously.
It's okay that you don't know. And I'm not saying you don't literally know, but what I'm trying to impress upon you is that when people use words, you have to really understand what they mean, because most people use words and they don't know what they're talking about, and you don't know what they're talking about, and you don't know that they don't know what they're talking about, and you don't know that they don't know. Like, no, this is your toolkit for your mind. It's called a mindset. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
It is a set of something. It's a bag. It's a set of something. You ever had a set of dishes and there's one dish?
Yeah.
What?
No.
It just be a dish.
No.
Right. It's more than one, right? A mindset is the awareness, is the bag that your awareness uses to make choices, and the outcome of that humanity calls reality. Your mindset has a bag. In that bag are what? What's in the bag?
Different ways your mind can,
What's
think.
in the bag?
The things that you're aware of.
Emotions.
Beliefs.
Bag.
Just the things that you're aware of.
Beliefs, thoughts.
and thoughts. That's what's in your bag. Your mindset. All of you have awareness. All of us have awareness? How do we know?
Because we woke up.
Essentially,
We're alive.
we're alive. Alive, another word for that is called awareness. What does the book say? I am the living God. I'm a God of the living, not of the dead. I am is life. So your toolkit, your mindset is making from there, you're making choices. Like when a plumber comes over and they have their bag and they're trying to fix something, install something, whatever else it is, they're using their tools, right?
Correct.
Right? So if they're using their tools, they're making a choice on what tool they need in order to express the reality they want to create. Something is fixed or something is installed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So then your life is like that thing. You are using your awareness, right? And in your awareness, you have a mindset. Humanity calls it a mindset. That mindset, there's emotions, beliefs, thoughts that you use from there, you use to make choices. So from your emotions, beliefs, and thoughts, let's say you decided to have a business. You made a choice. But from who you are, that business should still run based on the attributes of your awareness of being, of who you know yourself to be. So over here, did anybody say struggle or sacrifice? Did anybody put grinding over here? Anybody say that over here?
No, absolutely not.
So then why do we say that if we know we are this?
Tripping.
How can you do both? So you're sitting in the house and you ask your child, and they're out there playing with their friends. You ask your child, hey, did you do your homework? And they were like, huh? Right? You're like, did you do your homework? Well, I meant to. Well, why are you outside? Did you finish it or not? Well, let me tell you. Wait. It's either a yes or no. You either did or you didn't. If you didn't, why are you outside? If you did, then just say yes. It can't be both. So you can't be I am. You cannot be awareness, meaning you can't know who you really are and this be happening to you. It doesn't mean things don't come up. It means how you handle things. It means what you think is true for you, what you believe is possible for you. There's no way you can say I am, or as in my true name, or the title that my true name holds, God, power, authority, the only one, and struggle, sacrifice, substitutions, effort exists in ways that are unpleasant. You're in hell. I want something, but just, be happy with what you got. Substituting. Well, there's no, what do you say, without struggle, there's no progress. Well, you can sign up for that. Well, you got to make sacrifices. Have we heard that one? Well, you can sign up for that. Well, you got to give radical effort and massive effort and radical this, and everything is radical and massive and huge, but you got a little light that you're going to let shine. How's that going to work? How is that going to work? How does that work? If you know who you are, then what'd you say? You listen all the attributes of your awareness, and there's plenty more, but this is good enough. Only. That's probably one of the best ones. Only. Only you can decide how things go for you. Now you can decide what you decide, or you can decide what someone else tells you and you internalize that and you apply it, but only you can decide what goes for you. Only you are deciding what's going for you. When you know who you really are. People can give you advice, people can give you support, people can give you, but people can only give you so much. It's like no matter how much you love your child, you can't breathe for them, you can't blink for them, you can't read for them. You can read with them, you can do things with, but you can't do it for. Meaning like they have their certain things they have to internalize, ingest, digest. They have to have that from the inside. It has to get in them and for it to come out of them. Otherwise, it's just outside always. So when you're not around, your kids make bad decisions because they don't know how to think on their own unless you teach them. So that ability that dwells within them is awakened. And then they make different choices because of their awareness. Their awareness changes. 2 + 2 is 4. It's great that you know it. You got to find a way to get them to know it. So you do things, when you put them in school, you sit down yourself, you're putting something in, but it doesn't matter until it stays in, until they can think it on their own, separate from you. That's awareness. You cannot do what you're unaware of. And if you're unaware of who you are, you're going to have a hard time. It's going to be constant. And since most people are unaware of who they are, most people are on this side. The struggle bus, anybody heard that one? I'm on the struggle bus. Has anybody ever heard that?
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know none of you saints ever said that. I know it. I'm not asking for you for any self-incrimination. All of you have been great today. You don't have to admit to any of your foolishness today. Right? Oh, well, you got to make sacrifices. Why? Why would you have to make, if you want to be something, why is it a sacrifice to do whatever it takes to be what you want to be? What kind of insanity is that? I want to be this thing. What does it take? Well, I have to do these things. Okay. That's not a sacrifice. It's what it takes to be what you want to be. You know what the sacrifice is? You doing nothing or doing other things that don't get you to your desired end. That's a sacrifice. Because all you're doing is a bunch of unpleasant things that aren't going to lead you to the pleasant thing. And sacrifice is all you have left when you're not obedient. So the book says obedience is better than sacrifice. Humanity, the mind, the awareness that's willing and obedient will eat the good of the land. It never has any sacrifice in it. Humanity, sacrifice is humanity's version of awareness is obedience. That's why there's a quote that says, a wise man does immediately what a fool does eventually. See, a lot of people are not going to tell you what I tell you. Why? Because there's another quote. It is dangerous to try the chains they revere. It's dangerous to try to free fools from the chains they revere. Most people won't tell you the truth. One, they don't know it. And two, they're too afraid of you to tell you when you're not thinking properly. I don't have a problem with the smoke.
Oh, Coach Lucky, can you drop that gem one more time? What you said, a wise man to do what a
wise man does immediately what a fool does eventually. Right? You know, your kids figure out, I better do this homework before I try to go outside, right? Or I better eat this food before it gets too cold. Why? Because I'm gonna have to eat it anyway. So now it's gonna be cold. I'm tired. It's 10:30 at night and I'm sitting here staring in front of my plate. Or I'm sitting there staring at this book that I could have read 3 hours ago. But I decided I want to play video games, go outside with my friends. You start to wisen up and realize, if I'm gonna have to do this eventually, I might as well do it immediately so I can get this done and off my back. Right? A wise man does immediately what a fool does eventually. It is dangerous to try to free fools from the chains they revere. We revere too many things that are on this side. But since so many people are on there, we get into the whole thing of, right, common being mistakenly believed to be correct. That's why you can call anybody and start complaining and they'll listen. Because they got just as many problems as you do and they just wait for somebody to work out with. It's like you just enjoy the club. Now you have a workout buddy. Most partners are not accountability partners, they're complaining partners. They're excuse partners. There's, oh girl, I'm tired. You too? Yeah, well, girl, it's hard. I haven't made money in 2 weeks. Well, that's not dependable. That's not consistent. That's not constant. Well, what side of the equation are you on? So you have to understand, right? I am. The thing that doesn't change is what allows everything else to change. Who you really are as awareness of being doesn't change, but it allows you to change anything because you have choice. You have the power to make a choice. I am is power. I am means power. Like there is only I am. There's only God. That's it. If you don't know that, you're in hell. You're on this side. Does anybody feel like this is heaven when you're struggling, when you're sacrificing? Well, I'd really like to do this, but I'll settle for that. Struggle, sacrifice, substitutions, effort, settle. Most people are doing it, so everybody acts like this is the natural ingredient to success. No, most people are not successful. Most people are unhappy, unsuccessful, unaware, undisciplined. Most people are. And it doesn't make them bad people. Most of us have been trained that way. We're disempowered. We give all our power away to everything and everyone. And we wonder why we feel impotent, powerless, because we don't know who we are. I am. I am. Right? Veronica, will you go to the third one I gave you? It's the
Oh gosh, let's see. The Deuteronomy one?
no, the next one.
Okay, how about I do this? And then you tell me where to go.
I want to show you. No, not that. Yes.
Okay.
Right. Yep. All right. So I'm going to show you something. All right. Verse 19. This is when basically they were going to crucify Jesus, and the judge, right, called Pilate, is going to start. They're having a dialogue. They're going to start having a conversation. All right. So whatever. I'm going to write it anyway. Pilate. I told you. Pilate represents what? I just told you. What does Pilate represent?
I missed
The
what
law.
you said.
The law. The law. And what does when you go to the court, when you go to the court of law, who is presiding over the law?
The judge.
The judge. Pilate, judge. Everything we're talking about here is not about real people or real things. They're not external. They're internal. They're internal. So you have a judge in you. You have when it says only God can judge me, like we talked about a couple of weeks ago, it's true. Only your awareness is judging you, but it's meaning it is rendering a sentence according to your behavior, according to who you think you are, what you're believing to be true about your life and yourself. So when you say it takes 2 to 5 years to make business, guess what you're doing? If it takes 2 to 5 years to make money, you are now serving a what? What do you serve?
A sentence.
An idea or a belief.
No, you're serving a sentence based on your idea and your belief, because your idea and your beliefs create actions, activity, behavior, whatever else it is, and then there's an outcome to that. So based on your belief of it takes 2 to 5 years to make money in business, you're now getting ready to serve a 2 to 5 year sentence of struggle, settle, sacrifice, substitutions, efforting, and everything else. You're being judged according to your own works, according to your own awareness of being, what you think you are, who you think you are, how you think things should go for you. And doesn't that feel like hell for 2 to 5 years? But since so many people do it, everybody says, this is the way it goes. This is the way it is. I'm getting ready to tell you what's getting ready to happen to you. So Pilate, the judge, is getting ready to talk to Christ, right? Your awareness of your awareness of mind, your higher awareness of mind, right? It's getting ready to tell you something. And you have to figure out, you have to make a choice. You're gonna see Jesus have to make a choice. Am I going to listen to you or me? Do I know who I am, or am I going to let you tell me who I am because of who you think you are? Right? So we're going down the thing, and he said, so he's dressed all up and everything like that, right? And he said, "Hail, King of the Jews," and all the other stuff. So he's establishing that I know who you are. Just like when the devil took Jesus up on the mountain, he said, "I know who you are." Right? I'm trying to see if you know. I'm trying to see if I can give you this cap so I can take everything you got. I'm trying to see if I can get you to give away. I'm the serpent in the garden. I'm trying to see, I know who you are, do you? If you don't, you do something you shouldn't. Now you end up butt naked, meaning now you're stripped of your awareness. You don't know who you are. Now you start thinking, I'm only human. You only say that when you don't know who you are. You're not human. You're having a human experience, which is valid. That's why you're here. But you're not human. You're I am. Right? 20. Human. Same thing. Temporary. You're not anything that's temporary. So it's talking. So you're judged. You're aware that there's a part of you that's always judging. It's always looking to see who you think you are and rendering an outcome based on that. So if you know your I am, you're present, you're constant, you're aware, you're dependable, you're now, you're consistent, you're only. That means everything that you're aware of being, if that awareness of being is in your business, that's what you're going to get. If it's in your health, that's what you're going to get. That's why I tell you guys, I've been telling you for years, I don't get sick. You guys have seen me on here, what, every Saturday for years. Have you seen me on here sick yet? Because every weekend, when I get sick on Sunday and I'm back ready by Friday, in years, I tell you, that ain't happening. It's just not going to happen to me. I'm not going for it. There's certain things that were easier for me to understand. But this principle and the truth, the stability of my health, it was easier for me to understand because of my experiences before I came to understand this. So it was easier for certain things like business, certain things like other things came along afterward because I had different beliefs when I got the information. Health was easier for me, but I just locked it in. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sign up for the lifetime plan. I'm gonna sign up for the lifetime subscription. It's easy work. But business or money or other things may not have been as easy. So for all of us having experiences before we get this information, there's some things that are easier for us to lock in that lifetime, so to speak. And there's other things that we feel like, okay, I got to wrap my mind around this a little bit more. But the principle that it works the same. Your business should literally be present, constant, or always dependable, now consistent, because you're the only one choosing how it goes. You're the only one choosing whether you had a business in the first place. So why should someone else choose how that goes? You're the only one chose to come here and animate a body called Latoya or called Marlon or Johnny or Karen. Why should everybody else tell you how it goes? You're the only one who made the choice. You made the choice from the beginning. So the judge is talking to, so your mind is talking and your aware, your higher level of mind, your awareness of being is saying, what you saying? What we doing? What's happening? Right? So will you go down, please? And I'll tell you what, keep going. All right. All right. So let's see. Go back up a little bit. Right. Perfect. All right. So, all right. So in verse 7, it says, the Jews answered him, we have a law, and by our law, he ought to die because he made himself the Son of God. Right? When the judge heard that, what I tell you, your awareness is always listening. When the judge heard that, right? When your awareness hears that, right? He was the more afraid. And he went again into the judgment, right? Hall. And so now you're in the judgment hall. And now you're talking to yourself. This is an internal dialogue between your humanity and your awareness of being, your higher self, who you really are, between I am and 20. You're having a dialogue back and forth between who you really are and who you think you are as a human. There's a dialogue. And so when you think you're human and say, well, it's going to take me 2 to 5 years to make money, your awareness of being says, all right, boom, so 2 to 5 years. And you can put all the struggle, sacrifice, effort, don't see your kids, don't sleep, don't bathe, you can grind, you can hustle forward and backward, you can be irresponsible, you can be radically responsible. You can do anything you want to do. You're serving. Tell how many people do things, you know how many things people do in jail? Play cards, fight, work out, watch TV, do whatever. Yeah, but you're still in the same place. So you doing all these different things doesn't take you out of where you are. And there's only so many things you can do, number one. And two, no matter what you do, it's not going to take you out of where you are. No matter what you do, you're still serving 2 to 5 years. And unless you get out of jail, unless you get out of that awareness, you're going to suffer for that 2 to 5 years. That's just that's your sentence. That's what you say. It's going to take me 2 to 5 years. You're in the judgment hall. So then it says, where are you? But Jesus gave him no answer. Then Pilate said to him, then your judge said, speak. Don't you know? Don't you speak to me? Like speak not, like you're not talking to me, so to speak. Said, don't you know that I have the power to crucify you and have power to release you? And Jesus, right, said, the person who knows who they are, your awareness in human form has to be you have to know who you are when you have a bill. You have to know who you are when you have a business. You have to know who you are if you want your health. You have to know how to talk. And I don't mean certain words, and I don't mean words. You have to know how to, as they say, clap back. You have to know how to talk back. You have to know what to say based on what you want your outcome to be, right? Because that bill is judging you. Who are you? Can you pay it? Can you not? Your business is judging you. Do you make money or do you not? Is this hard or is it not? Do you have clients or do you not? Is it hard to get them? Is it hard to keep them? Do they pay you? Do they pay you on time? Do they pay you what you want? Is it whatever? The judge is always listening, but you're choosing because you're I am, and it's always granting unto you whatever you believe according to your faith. Whatever you say, be it unto you. Right? So it says, don't you know I have the power over you to release you? Then your awareness of being said, you couldn't have no power over me if it was at all. You have no power over me at all, except if it were given you from above. Right? Therefore, he that delivered me unto you has the greater sin. But the point is the first part of the sentence. You have no power over me unless it's given to you from above. There is no physical experience that has power over you unless it's given from above. Well, where is above? Where is above?
Is that our mind?
I
Within.
am. I am.
Consciousness.
It's above your shoulders, I tell you that.
Okay. But where is it?
Inside your conscious aware mind or a higher mind.
One word. Where is it?
Within.
Inside.
Within, inside, whatever end, whatever you want to put before it or after, side, with, within, inside, it is in. Your awareness of being, the story is trying to tell you that nothing is happening against your will the way you think it is. The only way you can be sentenced by somebody is if you're the only way you can't pay the bill, the only way your business doesn't succeed, the only way you don't get what you want is if that power is given from within. Within is, as we said, I am. That's where I am is. You are aware of, from on the inside, you're aware of being broke. You're aware of struggling. You're in hell. You're aware of being over here in hell. You're aware of struggle, settle, sacrifice, substitutions, effort, grinding, 2 to 5 years. That sentence can only be handed down with your own permission. What does it say? Right? Your awareness said you could have no power over me at all. At all. At all. At all. Isn't that constant? Doesn't that mean always? Isn't that, it says at all. It doesn't say like on Tuesdays, on Friday, on Thursday. You could have no power. The judge is not sentencing you against your will. It is sentencing you according to your will, even if your will is ignorant. That's why it says the law is no respecter of persons, right? Justice is what?
Blind?
Blind. It's not. You are being sentenced according to who you think you are. And your higher mind that knows itself said, you can't do anything to me unless the power within me gave you that. The only reason I'm here is because this is part of my own plan. All you're doing is playing the role I have you play. In order for me to get this done, I'm using you to do it. You can't do anything to me. You can't do anything for me or to me unless the power that's within me gives it to you. Allows it. You always have a choice. You've been told you don't. You always have a choice. Because if you don't have a choice, you're not I am. And if you're not I am, who are you then? Are you 20? You 13? 27? 46? What happens if you're 47? Then what? You die? Who are you? If you are your awareness made flesh, if you know who you are, that I and my Father are one, right? I and my awareness are one. I and the judge are one. We're one. We're not two. We're one. One is invisible. One is made visible. Right? Christ is the word made flesh. Monique is the word made flesh. Your business is the word made flesh. It's the same thing. Latoya is the word. All of us are the word made flesh. Call this, call that, but we are the word made flesh. Your business is the word made flesh. Well, if it's the word, if it's the truth, if it's I am made flesh, if it's consciousness made flesh, then your business should look like I am. On, as LaToya loves to say, on purpose. But it always looks like I am, whether it's on purpose or not. Your kids are your kids, whether they're doing the right thing or not. Just things happen differently if they're doing the wrong thing versus the right thing. But they still are who they are. But because of who they're believing, if they are your kids. But if they're not thinking right in that moment, now they're grounded. If they're thinking right in that moment, they're still free. But they are still your kids no matter what. But depending on how they're thinking, they have different, they're having different experiences still as your child, but they're your child in their room grounded. Or they're your child at Disneyland. They still are who they are, but when they forget who they are, they make decisions that reflect something that leads them either into hell in the room grounded or into heaven at Disneyland. That is why I brought this up. There's nothing happening to you. It's happening through you. Everything comes from the inside out. What you call reality, what is reality? I already kind of said it. What is it? What humanity calls reality is what?
Life.
Is what?
Life.
Okay. What is life?
Choices.
What are,
Our experience.
okay.
They call reality real.
Huh?
All I can think of is the manifestation of your choices. That's what reality is. No?
Essentially, reality, what humanity calls reality, is the word made flesh. It is consciousness in physical form. It is your awareness of being that has physically expressed itself. You have believed yourself to be, do, or have something long enough to bring that into physical form. That is what people call manifestation. It is a thought turned physical, a thought made physical. The physical is the physical reflection of the thought. It is not different than the thought. What humanity calls reality is the physical expression of consciousness. It is the idea made physical, turned into physical being, into physical expression. So if reality is the expression, is the end, right? It's what humanity calls reality is the end. Then what is the beginning?
The thought.
The thought. So if the end is reality, who is reality?
I am.
I am. You are. That business that you're experiencing, that reality, that business you're experiencing is the end of a thought. It's the end of your thinking in physical form. So whatever you're thinking is what your business looks like. It's what your health looks like. It's what your money looks like. It's what your expression, you are expressing what you are experiencing in mind. Your experience creates your expression. What you become aware of being, doing, having, what you are thinking, what the tools you are using in your mindset, in your I am, your mindset, your emotion, your beliefs, your thoughts, all those things are your tools that you are creating this experience with, so to speak, this outcome. Reality, I am is reality. I am is reality. You are reality. You are not, reality is not happening to you. It's happening through you. You just don't realize it until because humanity doesn't call something real until it gets into its five senses. Taste, touch, feel, sight, smell, all the other stuff. But that's the end. I think I told this to a couple people, and I was telling my mom, I know I told my mom this. Think about it. I'm going to put it to this way as well. Think about it like this. If you have a loaf of bread, have you ever realized that the beginning and the end look the same? And have you realized that in the middle, those all look the same, but they look different than the beginning and the end? Have you noticed that? Anybody ever like actually thought about that? Like I think about stuff like this. I just think about all kind of ways to explain things and them for myself and to explain them. A loaf of bread, the beginning and the end looks the same. The middle looks different. Think about it like a movie. A movie, the end of the movie is based on the beginning, right? The beginning and the end are the same, meaning the end is the end of the beginning. But in the middle, where all the drama is, all the other stuff looks different. But it's still part of the process to lead you to the end from the beginning. Reality, I am is reality. You are reality. So according to who you are being, that is what your humanity experiences. Meaning, like now it's like, oh, this is in my hand. This is what I have. Humanity doesn't create anything. Humanity itself was created. Humanity doesn't create anything. Humanity itself was created. Only I am creates. And creation is what?
Finished.
Finished. So then when you think you're creating something, what are you actually doing?
Finishing.
Choosing.
Nothing.
Choosing.
Oh, okay.
You're choosing. That is the something. You're doing nothing as far as creating. Yes, you're not. You're not creating anything. What you call creation is really nothing but selection, choosing. When the plumber comes over there with their tool bag and they open their tool bag, are they over your house making tools?
No, they're already made.
They're already made. So either to install something or to fix something, they're using something that's already made, right? All they're doing is choosing from what's in the bag. All you're doing is choosing from what's in this bag called the world. It already exists. You're not making anything. What you think is making or creation is nothing but selection. But you're only selecting based on your level of awareness. So when the judge comes out, if you're not Christ in your mind, if you are not aware of who you are in physical form called Johnny, if you're not aware of who you are, then the judge is going to say something to you and you're going to crumble. When you get that bill is going to start talking to you like it's a judge and you're going to crumble. When you have a business and you haven't seen anybody in 2 hours and you're like, oh my God, did I make a mistake? You're going to crumble. You're going to crumble because you don't know who you are. It's not because of lack of effort. It's not a lack of effort. It's definitely not a lack of sacrifice. You're definitely willing to struggle. Hell, you're already struggling, right? You've already substituted what you want for what you're willing to get, what you're willing to take. You've already mastered settling, and you still don't have what you want. If you don't know who you are, when your mind starts talking, when your human mind starts saying, where is it? What happened? What am I going to do now? Oh, God, I shouldn't have quit my job. Oh, my God, I knew I shouldn't have. Oh, and your mind starts, yeah, now you're in the judgment hall. And if you don't start talking, if you don't start clapping back, if you don't start realizing who you are about to get sentenced. You're already thinking. You're just thinking all these things over here. Over here, you are literally lining yourself up to move into hell. You're lining yourself up. You are reality because you are I am. Isn't that what you say every day? I'm hungry. I'm tired. We say it so much we don't even realize who we are. I am. I am. That's who you are. I am. That means power, authority, choice. That means you are supposed to be present, constant, always, dependable, now, consistent. You're having a human experience. The goal of the reason we're having this human experiences is to be able to turn our humanity into our divinity through time. Is to raise it up. Just like you raise your children when they're young and crazy and ridiculous and insane and don't want to take a bath, don't want to ever come inside, want to eat and go right back outside, not wash their hands, and then get into bed with what they had on, playing outside because they don't feel like taking a shower. And you got to constantly correct. As they grow up, they become more self-correcting. That is what your humanity is. Through your awareness, you are correcting humanity. to be able to raise it to divinity in human form, ultimately over time. Just like you're doing with your children, ultimately over time. Your business is the same thing. It's yours. It don't work without you. It's no different than it is your job to raise your business like you would a child, based on your awareness, based on your mindset, based on your tool bag. Everybody talks about mindset. They don't even know, they have no idea what they're talking about, most people. The person talking or the people listening, they're not even on the same page. You got to have a mindset. You got to stay up all night. You got to do what you got to do. Yeah, well, if you have to do what you got to do, then just do the right thing. And it's not that hard. What does the book say? My yoke is easy and my burden is light. So you got to do what you got to do. But do it. But that ain't it. The struggle bus ain't it. The struggle bus don't lead to heaven. It don't lead to satisfaction. That's why it's called the struggle bus. There's no comfortable seat on it. There's nobody winning. Person sitting in the front is no better than the one in the back. Hate to break it to you. I got my own seat. I can stretch out. On the struggle bus, how comfortable do you think you're going to be? Because you got your own seat? What are we talking about? We shouldn't be on that bus. There ain't no penthouses in hell. You guys do know that, right? There's no like, man, I'm here, but boy, I got a good view of what? What are you talking? I mean, you got a good view of struggle. You got a good view of sacrifice. You got a good view of settling for everything you don't want, for substituting your dreams for what you hope you can get. There's no good view here. It's not it. That's not the way this is supposed to work. Right? So whether it's your business, your health, it's all the same thing. It works the same. They're different things, your business, your health, but they're all connected. They're all run by you. They're all run by your awareness, by I am. You have to choose. You have a choice. You always have a choice. That's all you have are choices. When you go in the grocery store, what do you have? What do you have? Do you have anything else? No. You have nothing else. So whether you're a 5-year-old or 85-year-old, you have the same thing, choices. You're not making anything. All you have are choices. All you have in this physical human experience are choices. Veronica, will you go to the second one, the Deuteronomy one? Let me show you what I mean. Choices. Let's see here. Anybody can read it. Go for it. Read it out loud. Somebody, anybody, scream, please.
See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
So what's your friend gonna do for you? What's your cousin gonna do for you? It's not what you know, it's who you know. Well, whoever you know, what are they gonna do for you?
Comfort you in the only way that they know how.
And if that were good enough, do you think that would be in this book?
Absolutely not.
So the book is telling you it ain't who you know. Because no matter who you know, they can't do anything for you against your own awareness. See now that even I am He. I am, your awareness is He, is it. Not He as in male, as in it, as in the thing. It is the power. I am. I am is God. I am is the power. I am is choice. I am your awareness of being. And there is no other God with me. There is no other awareness but your awareness. Whatever you're aware of is what you're aware of. Your awareness kills your business, your health, your dreams based on what choices you're making, what you're believing yourself to be. Are you over here on this side, constant, present, always, dependable, now, consistent? What does it say? Above all things, I wish you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. But that's just a choice. But no matter what choice you make, I am is doing it. I am is judging you. I am is sentencing you according to the choices you're making, according to what you're being. Pilate was talking to Christ, and Christ was like, yeah, you can't tell me what? What makes you, no, you don't have that authority over me. You can't, what? How do you get a bill and get anxious? Did the bill talk to you? Did it start speaking a language? But you let it talk to you like it did. You let it start telling you, you can't afford it. Or the bill didn't do anything to you except tell on you, essentially. You got that bill and your mind went, you lost your mind. The bill was just like, hey, I'm here. You're like, oh God. The bill didn't make you think that, but the bill presented itself and whatever you thought came out. Your awareness kills and makes alive. It says it, right? Wounds and heals. Neither is there any that can deliver you out of my hand. You cannot be delivered out of your awareness. What did Neville say? He said, you can give a person the world, but they'll come back to you tomorrow if they don't know who they are. That's why I always tell you can't get rid of things. Can't get rid of cancer. Can't get rid of homelessness. You can't get rid of those things. They are the physical expressions of an awareness. Every awareness has a physical expression. So Latoya, when you say, oh, somebody has trauma in their body, well, your body is the physical thing that your mind uses to express itself. Otherwise, you can have a whole bunch of thoughts, but no outlet. That's what your body's for. Your body is the physical vehicle. It's the outlet of your mind. Just like you have an outlet on a dryer, or like you have an outlet like exhaust pipes on your car. It's something where something is being created on the inside and there needs to be a release for it. There needs to be a place for this to go. Your body is the physical expression of your awareness of being. Whatever you're aware of being is the physical expression of I am. Who do you think made your body? I am. So that means your body looks like you think. It works like you think. Your business looks like you think, works like you think, is you think. Your income looks like what you think. Your clients look like what you think. They treat you like you think, like you are aware of being. We have a How many people? Okay. What is somebody give me somebody who has a business, anybody, give me, it doesn't have to be your personal one, but give me an example of a mission statement. Hello? What happened?
Can't
Okay.
think of one.
Yeah, from my
What was the the postal service we deliver for you? Is that a mission statement?
I don't know. I don't run the postal service.
We deliver for you, or that was one of those delivery services. That was their mission statement. We deliver.
Okay. We'll take your. Who else was talking?
from breakup to bride.
From breakup to bride. All right, let's take that one. From breakup to bride. That's the mission statement. All right. What does that mean?
Well, you come in my door fresh from a breakup, looking for healing and wanting to be married. So I hold your hand through that process.
Okay.
I don't think I like this.
So, and that's okay, but I say it for a couple reasons. All right, breakup. You said why not?
Because I don't know. I'm in the hot seat.
Right. So here's why. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you something about business. Here's why. There's a lot of reasons why things don't happen, but I'm going to give you one One good one. The reason why most people are not successful entrepreneurs is because entrepreneurship relies on you more than anything. When you work for somebody else, you can rely on them, you can blame them, all the other stuff. But when you're an entrepreneur, it's all on you. And if you don't know you, what else do you think you know after that?
Nothing.
But people attempt to be an entrepreneur and they don't know themselves. So then how do you think, so then with that lack of knowledge of you, but your business is an extension of you, and if you're already operating on empty, what is it you think you're injecting into your business? If you go to the gas station because you need gas, and then you open your wallet on your purse and there's no money in there, what exactly do you think you're going to put in that tank?
Nothing.
But you're a good person. But you go to church every week.
Well,
They
the
gonna
law
sprinkle
is
it up with
no
salt
the law
and
is no
prayers.
respecter.
Right.
He's gonna make a way.
Right. Like, think about like when we go to that gas station and we know there's no money in there, right? We're like, oh shoot. We're not we don't say I'm a good person. We don't say, we just realize like, okay, whatever, right? But point is that if there's nothing to put in that tank, what happens now? When we say break up to bride, right? When we say certain things, a lot of the reason why most of this stuff doesn't work is because we just say what we think we should say. We're not really coming at it from who we really are and who we really want to be. We're just saying what we heard, saying what someone told us, saying what someone told us to say, thinking what someone told us to think. Well, I want a business because I want to be a millionaire. Do you? Do you really want to be a millionaire? Do you? Why? What if? Or do you want to just get all your bills paid? Do you want to pay all your bills easy? What if that's only 700,000? What do you like? There's nothing wrong with being anything, but the point is, most people don't know themselves well enough to even know what they really want. They're just taking everybody else's requests and making it into their thing. Like, yeah, that sounds good. So then you get on a call, then you have an accountability group, and you have this, and everybody's like, yeah, I'm gonna be a millionaire, and I'm gonna be a millionaire, and I'm gonna be a millionaire. And most people don't even. It's just like Simon says. It's just like some kind of. Everybody might as well get around in a circle and just say the same thing. You might as well be on some kind of retreat. Everybody just mindlessly saying what the next person has said, mindlessly taking their affirmations, their ideas, their outcomes, their goals, their success, and saying, well, hell, it's better than what I got, so let me just take that. But what if that's not what you want? And how do you know what you want if you don't know who you are, if you don't know? What was Jesus supposed to say to Pilate? He's the Pilate threatening you. Hey, if you don't talk, you're not going to talk to me? Don't you know I have the power to do this and that? If you don't know who you are, you better start saying something. You better take a plea deal. And that's what most of us are taking in this lifetime, is a plea deal. We're just taking plea deals. Well, I like to be this. Well, you can't do that. All right, you're right. You're right. You're right. Well, what can I get? What can I do? We're just taking plea deals. That's all we're doing because we don't really know. So then when somebody presses you on your thing, it buckles. It crumbles. When Pilot starts talking to you, when I work with people on their business and I start asking some questions, boy, it's like graham crackers and milk. Started off strong, give it a minute or two. You won't realize there was a graham cracker in the vicinity. It'll be deeper under that milk than Titanic underwater. You won't ever realize nothing ever happened because you start asking, well, okay, what do you want to do? Okay, great. Well, what does that mean? And every answer gets weaker and every response gets quieter. 5 minutes into it, you would think they were mute. You would think they never spoke a word. Your business, like your child, like your health, is reliant upon you. If you don't have anything, if you aren't anything, if you don't know who you are or what you are, what do you think you have? What is it exactly you think you're offering? All you have at that point is effort, substitution, sacrifice, settling, and struggling. And everybody, and most people are just like that. So then they think, so it's common, then they think it's correct. And humanity, because it is not creating anything, it is created. All it has to offer is effort. All it has to offer is the physicalness that it is. It's not creative. Creations is finished. All you can do when you know who you are in this physical being is select, is choose. But in order to do that and do it well, you have to have awareness. Awareness of what? Who you are, instead of awareness of who you aren't. Awareness of who you aren't is what most of us have, and that's why most of us are in hell. That's why your business is in hell, because you're operating more on who you aren't than who you are. You know less about who you are than who you aren't. Ask them, like I've done this, I've told you guys before. Ask somebody a question. Hey, ask somebody about their business. Oh, what is that? Oh, why do you do that? Oh, what do you hope to get from that? Oh, the more questions you ask, the weaker the responses get, the weaker the answers get. Because people aren't made to think it through. You want to be a millionaire? Why? Oh, because why? Because Oprah told you? Because everybody's a millionaire? Why? For what is that going to do for you? What do you get from that? You want to do this business? Why? People think that you have to justify. No, I want you to clarify. I want you to explain to me, not justify. Why should somebody else have a business, not you? So we're not talking about worthiness. We're talking about clarity. Why do you want to be what you want to be? Not justify it to me. Explain it to me clearly. People can't do it. Just one of these. You say it out loud, you're like, yeah, is that really what you want? Is that really what you're doing? Is that really what do you want the nature of your business to be? The nature of your health to be? The nature of your money? How do you want this to go? Most people can't really explain it to you. They use a whole bunch of catchphrases and aphorisms and taglines, but they can't explain it to you simply. This is what I want. This is why I want it. This is how I want it to work. This is what I want to get from it. This is a business is nothing but your physical expression. It's just something that you're doing with your time here in physical form. Make it what you want it to be. But how do you know what that is if you don't know who you are? How do you think that works? You're at the gas station, you need gas. Yeah, you do. That don't mean you have money in your wallet or your purse. Yeah, you have a business. Yeah, you do. That don't mean you know who you are. That doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. You have to have an understanding of some things. And people want you to understand the end before the beginning. In the sense of, oh, you just open up your own business and open this, and then this is going to happen, and you're going to be a millionaire, and you got to be this, and you got to be that, and you have no concept of who's making choices here. You have no concept that I am is making the choice. So when you say you're struggling, I can't find clients, or my health is this, or my money is that, what are you aware of being? Where are you? Are you in heaven or in hell? What tools are you using? People talk about mindset and don't ever talk about what tools should be in your bag. Right? All right. I want somebody to give me a vision statement. Come on, we don't have all day. Vision statement. I want somebody to, most of you have businesses on here. Give me a vision statement.
I give entrepreneurs their time back so they can focus on what they do best.
Okay. Who else?
I help parents put down the belt and stop yelling at their kids through mindfulness.
Okay. Who else?
At Dream with Your Eyes Open, we focus on the whole human.
Okay.
Don't ask me what that means.
Right. Okay. One more person. I want to hear from somebody I don't normally hear from. I'm gonna start calling names in a minute. So I want to hear another vision statement.
He's coming. He's coming.
You guys do know you're not invisible, right? You do know, like, you're not an X-Man. I do.
Somebody else.
Who is that? Teresa, are you on here? Who else? You're lucky I don't see some other names.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm driving, but
You have a vision statement.
I mean, I make soy candles, and I try to. My values are I don't know if this is going to be correct, that my vision is to create products that are healthier, for one's being, I guess, oh God, I can't even think. Um, just for a healthier lifestyle. That's what my, vision and what I promote. I don't know if that sounds correct. Um, but healthier lifestyle, and I guess really that's about it. I mean, does that sound okay?
Does it sound?
What?
What did it sound like to you?
What did it sound like to me?
Your response to me. What did that sound like to you?
That I'm not too sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mildly and lightly. And if you and I work together, I'd be all because this is where I'm going to say it this way. This is where and why hell exists.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You were just like, I'm going to try. Try what? Do you try to get paid? Should people try to pay you? What are we talking about? Right? And I'm glad because I'm using you as an example. Here's what I mean.
Thanks.
Everyone's vision statement. What was everyone's vision statement? What was everyone's vision statement missing? You all missed something. And it's the reason I did it. What didn't you hear from any one vision statement?
Our own vision.
Anything about yourself.
Dang it, he got us.
You don't. Where is your vision? Your vision, right? Where is your vision? I am successful. I am wealthy. I want a wonderful, prosperous business. Everything I set my hand to prospers, right? All my clients love me, love to pay me what I want, love what I have to offer, love to pay me on time and up front, right? I never lose. And I'm never inconvenienced. I'm always winning. Every day my wealth increases. That's a vision statement. That's a vision. That is what my focus is on. Now, that focus I can filter through a business, but I can also filter through my health, filter through my money, filter through my relationships, filter through anything else. It's my vision. How could it be my vision and it not be about me? Your business is an extension of you. So you're essentially offering yourself to another person, and the conduit is your business. So if you don't know you, if you're unclear about you, then you sound like Teresa. Then you're unclear. That lack of clarity as I am comes out of your mouth as a lack of clarity when it touches the human senses. But it's coming from the inside. And thank you, Teresa, because Teresa, believe me, yours sounded like Barack Obama compared to a lot of people I start with. They sit around it. You get them out and they're sitting straight up in the chair. You ask them a question, and each question they slump lower and lower, and then they're leaning to the side. You start realizing that you're just saying a whole bunch of stuff people told you to say, a whole bunch that doesn't have any meaning to you. It doesn't have any value to you. Is this who you want to be with your time on this earth? Is this what you want to do? Is this who you want to be? It should sound like it. For most people, it sounds confusing, painful, uncertain, unsure, and you want to sell that? You think your website is going to fix that? Do you think you come off any better than you don't? You don't have a vision for you. A vision statement should start with you, your vision. What is your vision for yourself that you want to now put through the filter of business? What experience do you want to have? Being a business owner, having a business is an experience. It's something that you are spending your time on to do or be or have. Where is your choice? Why are we not enacting our ability to choose? All my clients love what I have to offer and love to pay me what I want. All of my clients refer me and love to refer me. And each client they refer is better than the one who referred it. That's a vision statement. You start telling yourself how your stuff is popping the most all the time. You're always successful. You're always winning. You're always on fire. People love what you have to offer. They love your products. They love your goods. They love your service. You wake up wealthier than you went to bed. Every day you're winning. You are life saving, life changing, life extending, life improving. I say that to myself every day. I don't care nothing about you. I'm thinking about me, about how I want this to go. But because I love me some me, and because I want this to go a certain way, I am going to, as a result of that, the judge is sentencing me. Now everything is coming out and you get to benefit. You get to benefit. Your children benefit from how much you want to be a good parent. They benefit from it. It starts with you. They benefit from that. You have to understand that you are the most important. It all starts with you. It doesn't start with your business card, your website, your elevator pitch. It doesn't start with how many filters you have and how many this you have. It doesn't start with that. It starts and ends with you. You are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning, the end, the first and the last. There is no other. There is no other thing that is going to happen except of what you're aware of happening. Nothing else is going to happen. There is no other. Your vision statement should be, what is it I want to, why am I doing this? And what is it I want to get out of it for me? Whatever I can get out of it for me, I provide and other people benefit. When you want to be the best this or the best that, or when you want to make candles you want to make candles, man, I make candles that are so good. Man, my stuff smells so good. It makes people feel so good. Hell, and even the flame looks different, right? Like you're turning yourself on about the experience that you're having for yourself. What type of business owner you want to be? What type of experience as a business owner do you want? Why should it be about everyone else but you? You are going to fail or you're going to struggle, sacrifice, substitute, effort, settle. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be, as my mom always says, weary and well-doing. Oh, girl, your business is so good. Yeah, but I never see my kids. Yeah, but my husband don't really like me. Yeah, I came home and said hi to my son. And he was like, yeah, anyway. Yeah, you could be mad about it, but you're still having an experience. You're sacrificing, you're settling, you're substituting. You have a great business and no relationship. You have a great business and no health. You have a great business and your kids hate you. You have a great business and you don't have to settle. You don't have to substitute. You don't have to sacrifice. You don't have to struggle. But that's all that's left when you don't know who you are. That's all that's left when you are unaware. Your vision should start. Forget should. I'm gonna say should because I want you guys to. But I'm just going to tell you the truth. I ain't got time to play today. Your vision starts with you. If you don't have a vision about you and what type of experience you want to have, you are not able to provide it to people. Doesn't matter what fancy words, doesn't matter how many consultants you hire to craft your image and your website and your business card and your this. It doesn't matter because guess what? You're the alpha. And guess what? You're the omega. So whatever you decide to put out, at some point, people are going to have to deal with you. Doesn't matter the middle part, your website, your business card, your internet, doesn't matter. Sooner or later, they're going to have to come deal with you. And that lack of clarity that you possess is going to be exposed. Your vision statement starts with, it's your vision. It starts with your vision. It starts with you. What type of experience do you want to have? As a business owner, as a mother, as a father, as a friend, as a brother. It starts with you. And from there, you work your way out. I am this. This is what type of business I have. This is how it goes for me. This is how my clients treat me. That is a vision statement. Your mission statement is my vision in action. This is how it goes for me. So my business therefore does this because my mission statement is the expression of my vision. It's my vision in action. Once you know that, it's easy. It's easy. It's easy work. The judge is like, you're in the judgment hall. The judge is always listening and said, boom, there it is. Then everybody's like, man, girl, how'd you get your business to go like that? Girl, you always seem to be somewhere. How are you making all that money? I always see you always somewhere on some kind of cruise or something. I remembered who I was. And once I did that, I remembered it ain't got to be that hard. It ain't never been that hard. When I didn't know better, I made it hard. Ignorance is the cause of all mistake. Ignorance is the cause of all sin. Sin, meaning mistake. You missed your mark. You missed what you wanted to be. That's what sin means. It means to miss the mark. Whatever your mark is, I want to be successful. You missed, you sinned. You made an error. You can fix it. It's not forever. It's not a punishment. It just means you missed the mark. But how are you going to miss a mark you don't have? Or how are you going to miss your mark, but it's not really your mark, it's everybody else's mark? Because the consultant told you you should be making $60,000 a month by now. Everybody else tells you what you should be, do, and have, and you have no idea of your own. And you want your kids to have self-esteem, believe they're wonderful, believe they're amazing, believe they're, and you don't. You don't believe that. You don't believe you're wonderful. You don't believe you're amazing. You don't believe you can be successful. You don't believe your business can be this. You don't really believe that. You like that. You hope that. You wish that. You would really want that. But that's not really what you're thinking. You're really thinking a lot of things Teresa expressed. I try. What the hell does that mean? Why? Does God try? Even Yoda said, you do or do not. Try ain't it. Even a little old short dude said that ain't going to work out. Your awareness of being that talks to Pilate can't be trying. Well, don't you know you don't have nothing to say to me? You're going to go to jail. Well, I'm trying. What if Jesus would have said that? If your awareness of being that's supposed to be on top is talking like it's under the bottom, do you know where you're going? Here we go again. Let me spell it out for you so you can all see. There you go. Hell, that's where you're going. Eternal misery. This is where doubt lives, stress lives, anxiety lives. That's all the cities. Let me list off some cities in hell, just to let you know so you know where you are if you're rolling through a city. Let's see. Stress is in there. Anxiety is in there. Doubt is in there. Fear is in there. Worry is in there. Struggle is in there. Sacrifice is in there. You know, all your common favorite ones. Substitution, I'd like to be this, but I'll settle for that, is in there. Settling, you know what, I'm not even going to try. I'll just take the judgment. I'm going to settle for that. Let's see, what else? I mean, that's good enough. Those are enough cities that you're familiar with to let you know where you are. Over here in heaven, let's talk about, we'll name a couple of those cities. All right, here we go. Success, prosperity, joy, health, good health, happiness, abundance, ease. Those are some good ones. What else? Those are some good ones. Those it's just easy work. Easy work, right? Consistency, constancy, stability, reliability, dependability, right? Now.
It's the chicken scratch for me.
Yeah, that's all. No, it's all for me. Forget you guys. It's all for me. It's all when you I have learned through time and to make it all about me. When you learn how to make it all about you, you will always show up because you will love yourself enough to say, I show up this way. I'm not going to come out here and embarrass myself. I don't care what you think. The computers will go off, but I got to live with that embarrassment for the rest of the day. I got to live with how I feel about myself. I got to live with how I feel about my business. Now, everybody else pat you on the back, oh, girl, you'll make it one day. But and they get off the phone and they go their way. And you're sitting there looking at your business and it says $0 and 0 cents. You got to live with that. And when you get tired of living with that, you get tired of being that, then you realize that the most important thing to be is not what everybody else thinks, what I think. I'm the one that got to live with that. So I can't come on here late. I can't come on here not prepared. I can't come on here looking crazy with sleep all in my eye. I can't come on in here sounding crazy. That's a reflection of me. Forget you. I don't care what you think. I got to live with that. I got to live with that. And when you realize that, do you want to live with that? Do you want to be that? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? You have all the ability in you. There is no other. Right? First slide, please, Vanessa. I'm going to end it on this one as an example, then I'll open it for some questions. It's always, right? The beginning. Where does everything start? Where does everything start? The beginning. The beginning. Genesis means the beginning. Gender means the beginning. Gene means the beginning. All of those are beginnings. In the beginning, God. So, God's name is what?
I am.
Right? Everybody. God's name is what?
I am.
I am.
I am. So in the beginning, I am did what?
Said.
I am what? What does it say? In the beginning, I am
Created.
period.
Created.
Period. So all of us, first person, present tense, we are all what?
I am.
I am. So then that means we're all doing what?
Creating.
Creating.
Creating, what does it say next? The heavens and the earth. You're creating everything. You are, not he is, not she is, not your husband is, not your wife is, not your kids are, not your boss is, not the weather is, not the economy is, not tariffs are, not COVID is. You are. There's only one creator. In the beginning, I am created. Do you see anybody else being named as the creator in there? Hello? Hello?
Nope.
Do you see Trump? Do you see Kamala Harris?
Not Trump.
Do you see COVID in there? Do you see tariffs in there? Do you see Democrat or Republican in there? Does anybody see those words in there or those names?
No.
So
No.
I don't want to hear about any of those things as it relates to your success or your failure. I don't, because you're just believing in some cap. You're just believing in something that's not the truth, but you can believe it, therefore it will be true for you. So if you don't like being a Democrat, then every time a Democrat comes in, then your life is going to suck. If it's vice versa, a Republican's going to suck. If it's because you're a woman and you can't do this, then if you're a woman and you can't do it, as long as you're a woman, you can't do it, good luck with that too. If it's because you're black, if it's because you're old, if it's because you're young, you are creating your heavens and earth. Your awareness, I am, is the only thing that creates heaven and earth. It's the only thing that is creating your experience consciously and your expression physically. That is it. Heaven is your consciousness. The earth is the physical. And which one came first? Heavens came first. Your consciousness is always first. Heavens is where heaven is your consciousness in its proper form. Like when you're thinking properly. It's your higher mind when you're operating, when you go above the clouds and it's just blue sky and there's nothing up there but you, that's heavens. Just metaphorically. The earth is the physical. So you're always creating the physical from heaven, from your awareness of being. I am is the only creator. Your awareness of being is the only creator in your life. We read it, right? I wound and I heal, I kill and I make alive. I am and there is no other, and there's nothing to save you out of my hand. Now what does it say? What does it say in verse 2? It says, now the earth was formless and empty. And darkness was over and everything else. The Spirit of God was hovering. And God said, let there be light. So what is it saying? Now the business was just started. It was formless and empty. There was nothing in it. There were no customers. There was no name. There was nothing at that moment. But awareness was there before the heaven and the earth. So awareness is there before your business. And your business is formless and empty until your awareness makes it. And the spirit, right? Your awareness in action, your awareness, like saying, okay, the breath of your awareness, like the power of the being of your awareness is hovering. What do I want to do now? There's nothing here. What do I want to make? This business is, I'm just starting it. What do I want to make? And God said, let there be light. What is that? Let there be light. What is that? And there was light. And God saw light and separated and said it was good. God, let there be light. What is that?
Awareness.
Nope. Yes.
Command. A command.
Today, in today's conversation, let there be light is a what?
A command.
Affirmation.
A choice. A choice.
We can't see.
That's all right. It ain't for you. So what? It's a vision statement. Who decided it? Who decided it?
God, I am.
I am.
And who did who decided it, and who did it decide it for?
Itself.
Itself.
Itself. So how do you have a business with a vision statement that has nothing to do with you?
And the marker has been thrown. So for our guest here,
Period.
that's a lucky move. When he's like, I'm done.
Your awareness said, let there be light for itself. What did that have to do with, was there an Adam and an Eve? Hello?
No.
No. Were there any birds or animals?
No.
Were there any
No.
trees or water?
No.
No.
So then what God decided for
Himself.
itself. How can you have a vision statement that's about everyone else? That's why your stuff sounds so crazy. It sounds crazy. But all these groups will tell you, oh, it's good and oh, it sounds good, and most of them suck. You're just saying what everybody tells you to say, and then you make it sound good, but it sounds good to everybody because all this stuff sounds bad. It's like the blind leading the blind. It's like the Walking Dead, and all of them, there's so many of them Walking Dead, and it's like, oh, girl, your eye's hanging out. Man, your eye's hanging out lower than mine. How you get it like that? You don't even realize you look crazy because everybody around you look crazy. I am said, let there be light for itself. It ain't about you or him or they or them. Your business is the same thing as saying, let there be business. Let there be light. Your business is for and about you. First. You chose that. First, for you is an expression of you. Everybody's getting the benefit of you being who you want to be. That's why I said, if you learn to make everything about you, your life will change. Because you'll say, who do I want to be in this moment? Somebody cut you off and put their middle finger up. Okay, so what? Who do you want to be in this moment? Who do you want to be? Your kids come home late from curfew. So what? Who do you want to be? How do you want to handle it? Your significant other says something sideways to you because they weren't feeling good and they just weren't thinking right in that moment. So what? Does that mean you got to go off? Who do you want to be? How do you think you can control your world and you can't control yourself? You can't choose. You want choices. You want to be grown, but you don't want to exercise the choices that are available to you. Only the ones that you're comfortable with. Only the ones that you think, I just had to give them a piece of my mind. You did? You had to? You had no say. You had no choice. I thought you were grown. I thought you were an adult.
Yo.
God said, let there be light for itself. No, there was no other benefactor in that moment. Eventually, other things benefited, but initially, it was for and about, and the first one to experience it was God. Your business, your health, your money, your music career, all those things have to be about
to make payments.
They have to be about you. If they're not about you, you're going to fail. It's inevitable. It is inviolable. It is going to come at some point because you can't keep doing something for everyone else. You can't keep filling up everybody else's gas and your car on empty. You can only give what you have. If you have no idea about who you are, how do you think you're giving somebody else an idea? How are people going to have a better experience with your candles than you can explain? How are people going to feel better about it than you can explain it? My candles are so good. People light them up and they just intoxicated. They love the way my candles smell. People can smell my candles a block away. My candles smell so good. People are always asking me what's in it. I always have the best idea for candles. I have the best sense. People tell me my stuff is like, the smell is like just glory on steroids. My candles smell glorious. My candles are you should have a candle called victory, a candle called glory, a candle called, yeah, it's like that. all of it. That's the way it should be. That's what I mean by having a business. Like when you love you some you, when you say, man, this is about me and I'm on fire and this is what it is, everything will come out of you like that because everything's coming from within you. But when you got to make music for other people to like it and hope they like it and hope they, all you're doing is hoping. All you're doing is waiting. All you're doing is wishing. You're in hell. But there's so many people with you, you don't realize you're in the wrong spot. There's so many people who can identify and understand. You don't realize you shouldn't stay here. You make songs that you love so much, you singing them to yourself. You make songs that you love so much, you play your own music because your stuff is on fire. Sometimes I'll listen to my replay. I was like, boy, I was doing it. I was real out there in the streets today.
He does. He
Yeah,
does watch the
yes,
replays.
I'm listening. I'm not just ranting and raving at you guys. I'm listening. But she'll tell you I listen to a whole bunch of stuff. And most of you that know me, I send you all types of people. Black, white, young, old, men, women, everybody. I'll listen to anybody who knows what they're talking about. I do not discriminate. As long as you know what you're talking about. My discrimination starts and ends at, do you know what you're talking about? If you do, I'm listening. If you don't, I'm not. But that's what I mean when I say love you, learn that you are the most important person in your world. If you do that, the world will be better to you and you'll be better to it. You will have a mastery of yourself that allows you to walk on water, to part the Red Sea, the Reed Sea, that allow you to walk on water, turn water into wine. You will change your physical experiences. You'll change the way the world relates to you and the way you relate to it. You will be a better chooser because you're always saying, who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be in this moment? Somebody can have a bad day, say something crazy to you, like I said earlier, and because you are in control of you, because you are choosing who you want to be, you'd be like, oh, it's all right. You know what? I know he loves me anyway. He's just tired. Let me get him something to drink, and I'll see you in a couple hours, honey. It's okay. And they'll come out feeling like, man, I'm so sorry. And then you mess around and have a new car. You'll just because you were like, no, like that. You'll be in so much in command of your world because you're in command of yourself. You're trying to control the world before you control yourself. You're trying to know the world before you know yourself. You're trying to have a vision statement about your business, and you don't have a vision statement about your business. You are your business. You don't have a vision statement. You don't have your own vision about who you are, what you are, why you are. And you think your business is going to have some kind of statement. What do you think that sounds like? It's insane. It's like a 13-year-old washing and waxing the car and be like, boy, I'm about to get ready to drive it. When? You're 13. I don't care how much you do to this car. You can't drive it. I don't care what you do with your business or your health, or I don't care how much organic you eat. I don't care what kind of shower filter you got on. I don't care what type of school you went to. I don't care about any of those things. If you don't have control of yourself, you don't have control. If you don't know who you are, you don't know anything. If you're not aware of who you are, you don't have awareness. Everything starts with self. Self-respect, self-discipline, self-awareness, self-love, self. Because I am is self. Why do you think I am turned the light on and nobody else benefited, but I am first? You are first. You have to benefit before you can be a benefit. Your vision statement should be, this is who I'm choosing to be in this thing, in my business. You should have a vision statement about your business, a vision statement about your relationships, a vision statement about your money, a vision statement about your this. You should have a mission statement, meaning your vision statement in action. A vision statement. This is who I am. This is what I'm being, and this is how it's going. That is my vision statement, and I'm putting that into my business. My relationship. This is who I am. This is who I'm being. This is how I want it to go. This is how it's going. Boom. Hear that. This is who I am. This is who I want to be. This is how it's going. Boom. God said, let there be light. Was God taking votes? Was God taking, hey, Della, I'm getting ready to turn the light on. What do you think? Hey, do you think there should be a thing called light? God so loved the world. God didn't ask for your opinion. How about that? Let there be light. You be the parent you want to be. You be the wife or the mother or the son or the brother or the husband. You be the rapper you want to be. You be the this or the that. You be who you want to be. Do you know what that is really? Because if I ask most people, it sounds like Teresa sounded. She's just a great example of how we really sound when we're listening to a whole bunch of stuff and we haven't really figured out who we want to be in this thing. All you have to offer is yourself. So who is that? You're Teresa. It doesn't matter what you're doing. All you have to offer is Teresa. If you don't know who that is or what that is or why that is, then you definitely can't explain it. And if you can't explain it, then you definitely can't express it. And if you can't express it, then what do you have? Your business don't struggle. Your business is not a living thing. Your business is animated by a living thing. So your business can only struggle if you are struggling. It can only succeed because you're succeeding. You are success animating your business, so your business is successful. Who you're being, it's almost like when you, like when you have something and you step in it, right? It's like when you step in it, it becomes whatever you are, right? A house is not a home when there's no one there. Even the great philosopher Luther said that, right? It's the same thing. When no one's there, then that house is abandoned. When you're not there, your business is abandoned. When you're not there, your health is abandoned. When you're not there, these things become abandoned because you are life itself. It's not that hard. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not that hard to be who you want to be. It's a choice. But you're making the choice to put a whole bunch of things. Well, you got to regulate your nervous system. Well, you have to go and find your inner child. Then you got to go out and find your traumas. Then you got to go out and apologize to everyone you've ever offended. You have more rules, regulations, limitations, bondages, conditions. You're in Egypt wandering around the wilderness. And by the time you figure it out, you'll be dead. Your human experience will be over. Well, I've never been this, so I can't be. Well, everybody tells me that it's going to take me this long. Well, then God, then that means you're not. What that means then is you're living in hell. That's where you are. Just go on and get Amazon to drop your packages off at your new address. That's where you are. Where is your new address? Down and out. That's down and out. In the state of down and out, zip code. It ain't ever gonna happen. That's it. They'll just drop your packages off there because Amazon can find anybody. And you can have an address on top of the roof. They'll scale the roof and get your package up there. So if you want to be in hell and you want to be in down and out, Amazon, fine. Just but keep it real. Tell the truth about where you're living. This is where you are. You ain't fooling nobody. This is where you are. In LA, we lie about everything. And we will rent a car and rent some rims and put it on there for the weekend. And if you catch me on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you think that's my car. Call me on Tuesday. You'll get more.
It's 8:51, by the way.
Yeah, you'll get more excuses than a 15-year-old who didn't do their homework. Well, my car is in the shop. No, we done rented the car and rented the rims for the whole weekend. Friday afternoon by about 2:00, I got a nice Benz. I done went to rent a wheel, got some rims on it. I done parked my bucket down the street of rent a wheel or by the rent a car place, and I done got the Benz, pulled that out, and put my bucket on the street. Got my rent a car. Now I'm going to rent a wheel. Have them put on. I got an appointment. It'll be put on Friday night, Friday afternoon, 1:00 till Monday morning. That's my Benz and rims. What you talking about?
Be at the club with it.
I said everywhere.
Parking lot pimping.
Roscoe's, Venice Beach, the club, the promenade, Santa Monica. You done been rolling up and down Crenshaw. Everything. It's what we do. That's what we do. It's just no cap. It's just what it is, right? But it is what it is. So we can figure out anything. But then guess what? You got to come back. You got to come back to the bucket. So yeah, you're in hell. And so you had you have gotten a little 2 sales. Somebody bought one of your songs. You starting to feel good. But until you change where you live, it ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna last for long. Until you change where you live. Till you change how you start seeing yourself. How you talk to yourself. What you think about yourself. That's your mindset. Your mindset is what you're saying to yourself, about yourself, and about anything in your life. What you're thinking to be true. That is your mindset. Your mindset is not how hard you work, not how smart you are, not what school you went to. It's not how many times you've been on TikTok, how many lives you did, if you went to sleep last night or not. That's not a mindset. That's not that. Your mindset is who and what am I aware of being? What am I telling? What is the 20 back here? I am. Am I aware of what that is? As a result of that, then if I'm aware of I am, I'm most likely going to pick something different on this side than I would if I didn't know. God said, let there be light. God didn't say, oh, hell is dark. It's dark. What am I going to do? Who am I going to call? There's nobody to call. Ghostbusters ain't even around. There's nobody to call. And in the truest sense, there's no one to call on but you. And the you is not the physical form that you bathe and feed. The you is your awareness of being. Who am I telling myself I am? What am I believing myself to be? How am I telling myself it's going to go? What is my vision statement? Why do you think the book says, for a lack of vision, my people perish? Because you're unwilling to think about who you are, what you are, why you are, and making a choice on who you want to be, you perish, you die. It means you remain as you are, as the person with no vision.
8:54. We may want to have some question times. You guys, Lucky has 2 clocks. I put 2 clocks near him, one at an angle and one in front of him. And
Yeah,
That's because Coach Lucky say I am don't concern itself with time.
that's right. Talk to man. Look, see that? See,
At all.
that's enlightenment. That's right there. He knows what it is. I mean, what do you mean? How long should it take when I'm walking on the water? You gonna rush me? I'm walking on the water. You watch it?
I'm
Right.
trying to keep you on schedule.
You see, guys, you see what I'm dealing with? But you know, I'm choosing who I want to be. You see? All right. Questions, comments. They like that. Oh, you guys want me to keep going? Is that what we're saying? Questions, comments.
Well, they say when you give an excellent presentation, you find there are no questions.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful.
This was awesome, Coach. This was awesome. I had questions, or not questions, but more or less like when people, I've asked you this before, so I was pausing to even say it because I've asked you this before, but when people don't understand what you just explained, like now all of us, we hyped up, we all grabbing the air, like we like, I got this, let me get off this call so I can go be amazing, and other than the third or whatever, and we know our boundaries and what we're not gonna accept or choose, we're not gonna, all these things, we understand we're more aware now. And so when we step into our world, we get off this call and we step into our world, right? I'm over here like, all right, so this time you're going to handle it. Instead of trying to convince people in my circle, in my love life, my family, my loved ones, things like that, instead of trying to convince people and trying to guide, I'm trying to be like Coach Lucky Jr. in their face, like tripping, doing it wrong. Lord have mercy, turning them away. Lord have mercy. Instead of trying to explain what's been explained to me and what I'm excited to implement in my life, I think that this time around, I think I should just speak, like you said, the people in my family operate this way. My friends operate that way. All my friends, da-da-da-da. All my loved ones, da-da-da-da. Because me trying to go sit down with each one of these mofos and explain to them how amazing they are and how much power they have, and then they don't receive it that way, or they feel insulted, or they, it'd be crazy. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm just like, man, you're so stupid. Like, you're so stupid. You just don't understand your power. Like, but I don't say that. I think it and try not to express it with my face. But Coach Gavin is sitting behind me laughing. I am is not stupid. That's what he said.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have any of you heard, I'm paraphrasing, but like, as you have done unto the least of them, you have done unto me. Right? Like whatever, like it's in the book where it says like, as you have done unto the least of them, you have done that unto me. Right? And what that's essentially talking about is people think that for some reason people think, I don't know that, or that's like the phrase people use when they're feeding the homeless or something. They just think it means homeless. But as Karen and I always talk about, when you understand this book, you realize the book is never talking about anything external. It's always talking about internal. So when you've done something unto the least of them, it means you did something for someone in a moment that they couldn't do that thing for themselves. So when we were young, we lived kind of like, Santa Monica is not that big, but we lived at one point on the more on the southern side. We went to school on like the northern side. So when we were younger, my mom had to drop us off. As we got older, we were able to take ourselves, ride our bikes, walk, whatever. But she did. But the point is, when we were younger, when we couldn't do certain things for ourselves, my mom had to stand in the gap to do it for us until we matured enough to do it for ourselves. She had to take us to school. She didn't have to take us in. She didn't have to do the homework, but she had to do what she had to do until we were old enough to do that for ourselves. So what she did to us, she did unto the least of us. She did unto us what we couldn't do for ourselves until we could do it for ourselves. What I'm saying to you is when you put all your effort or your awareness on trying to, I'm going to say it this way, trying to change people, whether it's through explanation, argument, opinion, whatever else it is, all you're doing is going into hell trying to get people out. But what did I tell you? It's dangerous to try to free fools from the chains they revere. People will tell you all manner of reasons why they're unhappy, but why they really want to stay where they are. So
Right.
your desire is to change things because you know that there's a heaven. But the people in hell then forgot. They have resigned themselves to that fate. So what I'm saying to you is that your job is not to do that. Your job is not to try to make people be anything physically. Your job, if you want to do unto them, if you want to give that same ride to them, if you want to do for them in that moment what they can't do for themselves, then that is consciousness. That's not physical. So you have to be willing to say, what did you say? I know, I'm aware. And so look, if you know and you're aware, then just be. Be what? Be the person you want to be. Well, who do you want to be? You want to be the person like Monique talked about last week. You want to be the person whose sister is. You want to be the person whose brother is. You want to be the person whose niece or aunt or nephew.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to be the person who is, then be the person who is. But that is a level of consciousness. That is a place of consciousness. It's not you going out trying to tell people what to do. It's not physical. It's consciousness. Heaven comes before earth. God comes before light. Awareness comes before the physical expression. So you have to become aware. You have to become aware of being the person who this person or these people show up in your world like this now, because you are that person. Reality is you are reality. So if you're seeing something in physical world, that's not reality. That's the expression of reality. It's the expression of yourself. So if you want to see a different physical reality, you have to become a different version of you that is going to express a different expression. So you now are the person whose brother is this, sister is this, father is this, mother is this, daughter is this, son is this. It is about who you are being. Your goal is not to try to control someone else verbally, mentally, physically, emotionally. That's not change. Otherwise, jail would work, right? Otherwise, people would never have the recidivism would be different. Otherwise, people wouldn't have stuff come back to them, because the same reason things come is the same reason they either stay or return, because you are the person who this is eligible for. You're eligible for this to happen to you because of who you're being, who you're believing yourself to be. So the goal is, if you want to change, then you have to give that person a ride. It means you have to stand in awareness of this person being now being who you want them to be. That's not a conversation between you and them. That's a conversation between you and you. And what you think you're trying to fix physically can only be fixed. God is the only creator. I am. Awareness is the only creator. Humanity doesn't create anything. It only expresses what's being created. So you don't actually change anything physically. You change your awareness of being, and your awareness of being selects a different so-called reality because it changes itself. So now it's going to it's going to select a different reality. Because now you're the person who sees this. Being the person you are right now, let's just say, in disgust of those around you, let's just say, then you're never going to see anything pleasant around you, let's just say, because you are in disgust. So then your world has to show you what you're being. Your world is the physical expression of your consciousness. If you want to change your world, you don't change the world, you change the real world, your mind, your awareness of being. That is life. That is truth. That is the way. It's the only way. So now you be the person who has these relationships or these people around you. And so when you get off the call, it sounds good, and then you get off the call and somebody call and you start arguing. Somebody call and they do what they normally do. So what? You have to choose who you are. And if you choose who you are, then you remain what you chose. If you can't choose who you are, whether it's in choice or in remaining what you chose, you have no control. So then guess what else you don't have? A business. Guess what else you don't have? A relationship. Guess what else you don't have? Money. You don't have anything that you're not in control of, that you're not being. And you always have the choice to choose who you're being. That is your power, because everything is already created. So now you're just choosing, selecting what's created by who you're choosing to be. And you can only see what you are being. And if you are willing to be something different, you will see something different. So this is never between you and them. This is between you and you. Yeah, you can say, don't do that, or don't talk to me like, you can say all those things, but that doesn't change anything. What changes something, what creates something is awareness. And you have to become aware of being something different in order to see something.
I like that.
Right?
I like that. I like that. Okay, real quick, because I know Vero is like, yo, we got to get out of here. So listen, make this part real quick. Okay, coach, walk with me just for a second. Okay. When I choose to be calm, when in the past I was more aggressive or assertive to get my point across, passionate as my children call it. When I choose today to be more calm in past heated situations, I'm choosing that I handle things calmly. I listen, I keep my cool, I breathe, take deep breaths. I do this, I do that. When I'm choosing these things in my mind first, am I signing up to be tested
No
physically,
one,
like in the real world?
no, no one is, who's testing you?
I
The God
don't know.
is in the earth. Who else?
I don't know.
What? What does it say? Anybody?
It's the other people with free will.
You're testing you.
Well, there is no, what is the test? What is the test? You made a choice. If you drive to the store and say, I'm going to get some orange juice, and you walk up in the orange juice and you walk up in the store and you start looking at other juices, are you testing yourself?
No
All you're doing is looking at your options and doing what? And making a
choice.
choice. And then once you make that choice, who was testing you? Who else was around there deciding whether you chose orange juice or apple juice? Did somebody?
That's when you're giving away your power, right?
Yeah, well, who else is there to make the choice but you?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Who else is paying for it? Who else is drinking it? It's your choice. So then there is no one testing you. There is nothing outside of you. Everything is coming from inside of you, being expressed based on who you're aware of being. If you made a choice to be this, I am calm, cool, and collected in all situations, that's your choice. If something else comes up, guess what else you still have? A choice on how you respond. But you have a choice on how you respond based on who you chose to be. You're not doing, nothing is happening for you to be. Everything is happening because of who you are. Let me give you an example. Do children go to the playground? Why do children go to the playground?
To play.
Okay, then, so they don't go to become a child then. They go because they are children.
Right.
Because of who you are, that's why they go there. Because I'm a child, I do this. You don't go to the gym to be strong. You go to the gym because you are strong. You have to know which one comes first. Because otherwise, children don't go to the playground to become children. They go to the playground because they are children. You don't go to the gym to become strong. You go to the gym because you are strong. You go as an expression of who you're being, not to become. You can't go, if we went to the playground right now, will we be children? Will we be 10?
We could act like it.
We could act, because it is an awareness. So when you have an awareness, it makes you express something. That's the point. So as long as you're aware of being what you want to be, if you want to call it a test, it's not, nothing is testing you. It is a choice. Do you still want to be what you want to be? When somebody else does what they want to do you still be what you want to be?
I like that.
Telling yourself that things are the way you want to be. Oh, they curse me out. Oh man, they love me. Man, oh man, they love me. They always speak well to me. That's a choice. You get to tell yourself what you want to tell yourself. Whatever you tell yourself is true. If you keep your mind straight, you will see it. But the thing is that we let the outside world, whether people or places or things, we let things change our choice. And then and what I say, if you don't have any self-control, you don't have control. If you don't have any self-awareness, you don't have awareness. If it doesn't start with you, it will never end with you. Nothing is testing you. You have a choice. Everything is created. You get to choose what your experience is. What you're looking at, what you think is a test, is a lot of things are just things that have already been in existence. So like you got to the store, there's orange juice and apple juice. They were both there before, but you've been drinking orange juice for so long. Now that you're willing to choose something different, you think it's a test. You think like all of a sudden apple juice has got there. It's been there. Everything creation is finished. You're making a choice out of that which already exists. Once you make that choice, if you want to live the life you want to live, then you make the choice that you want to make, and that's the only choice you make. It doesn't matter what other options are out there. The options to curse back, the options to give people a piece of your mind, those are just options. Those aren't tests. Those are just options that you get to choose, and you get to choose whether you choose them or not. So how could it be a test? And if it's a test, the only one testing you is you. And why would you test you when you're you? What does that mean? What does that do? What does that do? Just a choice. Make a choice and make the choice you want to make and stay with the choice you want to make, and you will see that physically expressed. You can't see what you aren't. And if you keep changing who you are imagining yourself to be, you're not going to see something else because you're not something else. You're still who you don't want to be. Things are still the way you don't want them to be in your mind. Right? Choose, and stick with your choice as long as that's.
Thank you, Coach. That was dope. Thank you.
You're welcome. Monique.
60 seconds.
Yes.
In relation to what Sparkle Willie shared and other things that I've been experiencing, when I get in that space where I feel like, I'm gonna kill this person, I take that and I get in the mirror and I talk to myself and I tell chat what I'm going through. And I ask for a scripture in relation to what I'm going through. And then I ask chat to explain that scripture to me metaphorically, or is it metaphysically? Metaphysically is what I ask. And then I take that and I do the work based on that. And I stay in the mirror and I stay talking to myself about, what's happening. Don't you know, my sister called me and said to me, like, we was having conversation, and she said, I realized that, I'm so rigid and I'm super religious and I could be relaxed a little bit more. And I was like, well, now, look at that. Isn't that amazing? In addition to all of that, my 26-year-old son called me. I haven't spoken to him in months. And he called me just to apologize for, all the things, right? That's 2. 3, I have 13 children enrolled in my summer camp. 13, like paid, like real money, real money. They didn't give me monopoly money. They gave me real money. Real money. And most of my bills, are on auto pay. So, that's something, yeah, real, right? Yay. Most of my bills are on. And that doesn't mean that there aren't other things happening, because things still happen. Like, I still live with humans, so things still happen. But instead of like going off on a tangent, which is what I used to do, I just get in the mirror and I talk to myself. I feel so frustrated. But then when I finish doing the work, I'm like, okay, I can do this. I have full control over who I interact with and how I interact with them. So those are just all the things that I have been experiencing, and I wanted to share that. Thank you, Coach, for everything you teach.
It's wonderful. What is an affirmation? An affirmation is not how many times you say something. It's how many times you say it when it comes up. It's how many times can you bring yourself back to what you said when something else happens? Or every time you think about this thing, what do you say? You don't have to sit in the mirror and be like, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. That's what most people think affirmations are. Yeah, you can do that. You keep saying something over and over, but it's not that. If you say I'm rich for 10 minutes, or my sister and I get along for 10 minutes, let's say, and then you come out of the mirror, your sister calls, says something, makes you mad, and now you're suddenly like, man, I can't get along with her. You didn't took yourself out. It's not how long you say something and then you walk away and then start saying something else. It is, my sister and I always get along. You may not be thinking about your sister all day, but then your sister comes up later in your mind because maybe you saw a text or maybe you want to call her. When you think of her, you say the same thing. That's an affirmation. My sister and I always get along. It's not you have to say it for 10 minutes in a row in a mirror, this or that. It's not how often you say it as far as sitting down, but it is Every time you think about your sister, or every time you think about money, every time you think about whatever it is that you are choosing, you say what you chose. You don't have to be thinking about it all day, but it's just every time you say something, you say what you chose. My business is booming, or my relationships are great. Whatever you chose, this is your life. The only power you have is the ability to choose from all of creation. Meaning, you can choose money, you can choose health, you can choose peace, you can choose great relationships, you can choose wisdom, you can choose anything. This is your life. Stop making your life based on what everyone else is doing. You're here to have an experience with everyone, but you're not here to give your experience away to everyone. You get to choose how your life goes. You get to have you have a say. That's why it says, I am God and there is no other. There is, in consciousness, in truth, there is no other. Everyone that you see outside of you is the physical expression of what you think it is, what you think a friend is, what you think a sister is or isn't, what you think they can or can't do. How hard do you think it is to make a song? How hard do you think it is to be platinum? How long do you think that's going to take? What do you think? What are you telling? You're choosing the story you're telling yourself are a series of choices and beliefs. They're your mindset. Your story is your mindset being narrated. It's Morgan Freeman reading your mindset. Well, it's this, or this, it's that. It's that the story you're telling yourself is your mindset, and you're narrating it constantly. So that's why I say your vision statement. What is your vision of a daughter? What is your vision of being a mother? What is your vision? How does this area of your life go? What is your vision of being a business owner? It's not just I have a business and I have a mission statement and a vision statement of no. What does this experience mean to you? What do you want it to be for you? That is a vision. And that is a vision statement, right? This is what my experience is. This is what it means to me. And this is how it goes. My business makes more money every day. Okay. And what do you guys like to say? My vision, my business makes money every day. What?
Period.
Period. So if it's period, what does COVID got to do with it? What does tariffs got to do with it? I have a great relationship with my sister.
Period.
I make money every day.
Period.
All of my camps are full.
Period.
All the parents listen to me.
Period.
I have
Period.
health.
Period.
I make platinum songs.
Period.
Period.
Period. Why do you
Exclamation mark.
right? But you know where we get in trouble? With the run-on sentences. I make platinum songs, but if my music is not real, we just keep going. All my camps are full, but if it snows, we keep the sentence going. Put a period. Go to English class. Master, period. Period. That's it. There's no limitations. There's no conditions. There's no budget. There's no diet. I am strong. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I have the best relationship with my sister. I make the best music. I have the best health. All my classes are full. I sell the most candles. People can't get enough of my candles.
Period. And it's 9:16. There we go. He dropped the marker for the second time. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take advantage of this opportunity to end the call because Lucky got more scheduled calls to deal with. And if I
Thank
let him,
you.
he'll keep us here.
The run-on sentence. The run-on sentence.
Sentence. Yes, I'm what you do to yourself. Stop doing it. Be quiet. Period. I am this, period. This is the way it goes, period. It's not based on anyone, based on nothing outside of me. Period means nothing outside of me. Nothing outside of you. I am platinum, period.
Period.
Sold, period. All my candles are sold out. I can't even keep them, period. All the parents listen to me, and there's always parents blowing up my phone trying to get me to do something, help them out, period. Everybody loves to pay me, period. I am, all the CFOs and CFOs listen to me, period. I help all the women be, period. I have all my liquid stuff sold out, period. I have all the candles sold. Whatever you do in your business, whatever you do in your life, whatever you do in your money, it is period. It is not based on anyone or anything outside of you. If you can understand that, and then every time you think of that area of your life, you tell yourself what you were telling yourself, you keep it in-house, you make it all about you, you will literally see that become a part of your world physically, because that is who you are being. That is where your awareness is. That is heaven. That is constant awareness, dependable, now, consistent, only vision. I am God and there is no other. Let There Be Light was about God, not about you. It's friends, cousins, brothers, what their friends say, what the consultant said, what this said. Let There Be Light is about God, and God was the first one to see it, the only one to see it. That's what it is. Whatever you say, let there be, it is about you. And if you do that, make it about you, you'll see everything. And everybody else benefits from light right now. We're all benefiting. So it doesn't mean that it just stays with you, but it means it starts with you. And when it starts with you, it will blossom out, emanate out, radiate out so beautifully, so wonderfully. Your candles, you won't be able to keep them on the shelf. You won't be able to, you'll be like Lil Wayne making a mixtape every day. Back doing every day. You'll have so many platinum songs coming out of you, it'll feel like diarrhea. You'll have so you just
Stop.
because
Okay, it is 19 after, Lucky.
but it's everybody what it is. Everybody's a millionaire. I'm Oprah. Everybody's winning. That's it. Victory only, victory always. That's what it is. The victory and the glory. All right. Well, thank you all. So honor and pleasure to have you guys. Thank you for letting me rant and rave. I've lost probably about 6 pounds up here, sweating, but it's always a pleasure, always an honor. What you tell yourself is true is true. Get your mission statement. Start telling yourself what you want things to be like in every area of your life or your life overall. Get you a vision. Get you a vision for yourself. This is what it is. This is how it goes for me. And every time you think about it, you affirm it, meaning every time you think about that thing, you tell yourself whatever it is you chose. You come back to it. You come back to it. You come back to it. That's all you'll say about that thing. All right. All right. Happy Saturday, everyone. And I'll see some of you this week on some calls, and I'll see the rest of you next week. And it's wonderful.
Thank
Do
you,
it.
Coach.
Thank you.